Carlos Alcaraz has created history by becoming one of the youngest to win a Wimbledon just at the age of 20. So, is it the beginning of a new reign? Is he going to be one of the greatest ever? Is he going to beat the records of Rafael Nadal or Roger Federer or even Djokovic and go on to become the greatest ever? Is there a possibility? That's exactly what we are going to see in this video astrologically today. You would see that in my last video, which I made on Djokovic, where I was talking about can Rafael Nadal bounce back and beat Djokovic's records. I have given a hint that I'm going to be talking about a young man. The young man that I was about to talk was none other than Alcaraz. I was waiting for him to win the maiden Grand Slam Wimbledon so that I can talk about him. Okay, so now what is my history of predictions in tennis? You know what? If you go back in 2008, when Roger Federer was just a few Grand Slams old, I had mentioned that he will end up with 20 Grand Slams. I gave the exact number with which Roger Federer will end up with. And talking about Rafael Nadal, I've always talked about his comebacks. Not just once, even twice. I have predicted that, this is the time when everyone is expecting that Rafa is down and out. He is going to make a huge comeback. I had predicted that. So, tennis or any other sport depends on the various years, when it throws up some of the greats. So, when some of the greats arrive, you watch them with bated breath. Now look at this young man. We have Carlos, the Spaniard. This boy, he was born in 2003. He's just 20 years old, and all of the people who know the way I predict, they know that there is a particular pattern. I always talk about some years are better than the other years. So if you're going to look at the sequence, it was about 1981 Roger Federer, then 1986 that is your Rafael Nadal, 1987 that's your Djokovic, and then of course you had some of the younger gentlemen coming up in the 90s, okay, the early 90s. But then the year which was supposed to explode and throw up a great was the year 2003, and I was waiting for someone born between 2003 to 2005. I'll talk about that patch a little later, but 2003 is an extraordinary year, and that year was supposed to throw a champion, and we have one here now. Okay, now look at this guy. I mean, this boy has like notched up already 2 Grand Slams even before he turned 21, and this is like he's only the, I mean, I would say the only the fifth person to do that, and he has joined the company of some of the greats in the world. I mean, you're looking at someone like a Rafael Nadal or a Boris Becker. Only those people have done that. So he has a head start. So does his chart show that greatness? Okay, I mean, there are so many who have flattered to deceive. So let's see if he has it in him. Okay, look at his chart. Look at this chart, man. This is like brilliant. I mean, this is like an extraordinary horoscope. See, he was born in a strategically beautiful time. Okay, now the topmost planets in the in the solar system are Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, and Carlos has Uranus just entering into its own house, and Pluto is in 25 degrees. Now this is like, wow. See, 25 degrees Pluto. I mean, Mahatma Gandhi or Amitabh Bachchan, has it, or Shivaji Ganeshan. I mean, it's like they are extraordinary people. Pluto in 25 degrees, we're born with that. And coupled with that, you have a Uranus. I mean, Uranus comes once in 84 years, Pluto comes once in 240, 50 odd years. So he has that head start. Besides that, he also has all the 4 asteroids in strongest positions. See, imagine the planet X, Y, Z, and Chiron. I talk about these 4 asteroids. Even if you don't have any other planet in your chart powerful, and if you have only these 4 asteroids strong, you still can be a great. Now, this guy has additionally these 4 bodies very strong. Okay, Besides that, he has like Venus exalted, Sun exalted, Moon exalted, Mars exalted. My goodness, I mean Jupiter exalted. This is a this is a phenomenal horoscope. Phenomenal horoscope. How phenomenal is it? I mean, let us compare with the some of the greatest okay in the world. Look at the chart of Roger Federer. You will see that only there are only about four planets which are powerful. Okay, now understand that I'm saying only when we're talking about Roger Federer, the greatest ever. Okay, he has Neptune in 0 degrees, Uranus is in 0 degrees. So planet Y is so powerful. So we're looking at like the planets are in very very sharp positions. Pluto is also exalted. All three Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, all of them are exalted in the chart, which is very rare. Okay, and all of them are in strategic exaltation point. So he's a great. So he has like 3-4 bodies which are very strong. Now we look at Rafa. Rafa has got like again 3-4 bodies strong. Okay, you look at Djokovic. He also has about 3-4 planets in strong positions. Okay, now when you're looking at Carlos, he has like 7, 8, 9 planets in strong positions. I mean, this is an extraordinary patch. 2003 is an extraordinary patch when you had like the most extraordinary set of planets coming together. He only has one planet, Neptune, in debilitation, which is mind boggling. Okay. Some people who are looking at Neptune will say that, oh, it is his third lord. Third house means the hands. Okay, that is weak in the chart. I'll tell you what, some of the greatest sports people have the third lord debilitated in their first house. Okay, or a weak planet in the third house, or a weak planet in the first house. It can be even a Roger Federer, or it can be MS Dhoni, it can be a PV Sindhu. They all have debilitated planets in the first house or in the third house. It doesn't matter. Okay, this horoscope is brilliant beyond comparison. Okay, I am aware of some of the youngsters who are there in the horizon right now. Some people talk about, like you have a Medvedev, okay, you have like a Sinner, okay, you're talking about Holger Rune. Okay, so there are like so many young boys, who are born in the 2001, 2, 3 frame, who are looking good. But even if you look into their charts, you will see that they still don't have an extraordinary set of planets like Carlos. I mean, Carlos is beyond comparison. You look at all the youngsters at this point of time, there is nobody who can really come close to Carlos. So, what it means is that, see, understand that at this point of time, there is no youngster who can beat Carlos. Okay, there is only one boy. Okay, I'm talking about Holger Rune. Holger Rune is born just about a week earlier than Carlos. Okay, which is very interesting. We don't have his exact birth details. He's already ranked number 6. So he can be the man who can give this very strong competition to Carlos. And you'll always see that the greats are born in patches. Okay, so you'll always have the like they are all clubbed together. You always had a 86, 87 born, 3 gentlemen, like fighting with each other. So something similar will happen even in this case. So you'll always have somebody born in 2003, 2, 3 people, clubbing together and having this internal fights. The Fab 2, Fab 3 will form. Okay, you'll have a new set of Fab 2, Fab 3 forming in. So yes, it is very interesting. In fact, I'm actually waiting for the next set of planetary positions to become very powerful, which is the patch between 2004 and 6. I'll tell you what. Now, if you feel that Carlos Alcaraz is great, he's on the way to greatness, I would say that there is somebody who's born between 2004 and 6. We need to find that boy, or probably a set of boys, who could be born probably between 5 and 6. And they would have like fantastic horoscopes. So they really form the competition, okay, to Carlos Alcaraz. None of these Danny Medvedevs and none of these sinners, they really can't pull him down. Okay, so that chart is very very powerful. So let's look at the future of Alcaraz. If you're looking at this point of time, the most important planetary transit in his horoscope is he has a Pluto, the 11th lord. 11th house means what? Business results. So for him, it's about getting results. Results means what? Winning a Grand Slam or winning a match. So that planet is very very powerful in the first house. First house means personality. So as a person, your capacity to do things has become great. Okay, now even before I go into the Uranus and the Pluto, which are the planetics, which are very very powerful, let's look at the smaller bodies like the planet, the Chiron, okay, and planet Z, they're going to become exalted in 2025 and 26, okay, and they are only going to give him additional impetus. The planet Z will get exalted in the 8th house. 8th house means sports, so he's going to do fabulous in the 2026 plus. Okay, now he's doing well. 26 plus, it's going to be great. And what is going to happen is, I mean, at this point of time, the planet X is there in the 6th house, and 6th house is all about sports. Okay, so that is going to be good till the end of the decade. So you have 26, the 25 planet Z, planet Chiron joining in, 26 Z joining in. Then once again in 2031, you will see Uranus getting into his 6th house. Okay, and 6th house is again the house of sports. So and the planet is going to stay there till 2035. Okay, 36 we're looking at. Okay, and then Uranus will move from the 6th house of sports into 7th house, and 7th house is the house of beating your enemies. Okay, and there it will stay till 2042. So I'm looking at like, okay, the next 19-20 years are going to be extremely powerful for this boy Carlos, and he's just 20. Okay, at the age of 37, 38, we're looking at a Djokovic creating havoc in the world. Okay, and this boy is just a 20-year-old, and like with the emphasis getting more and more on your physical conditioning, I wouldn't be surprised if Carlos can stay on till the age of 40. He can play till the age of 40. And if he's going to play till the age of 40, okay, I forget about 40. I mean, if I'm going to say even till 35, okay, I would say that all the records are in danger. So just because he has a horoscope which is more powerful than your Djokovic, your Federer, and your Nadal, I would say very simply that he is going to. Carlos Alcaraz is definitely going to beat the records of all these three gentlemen. So, moreover, Djokovic, the new king has arrived, and he is going to assume his throne. He's going to, sit on his throne, and he's going to reign for the next 15, 20 years. And he's going to, on the way, he's going to beat all the records, break all the records. I wouldn't be surprised if Carlos goes on to be the fastest to win 10 Grand Slams. And then, again, the fastest to win 20 Grand Slams. And then he will beat the record of Djokovic. Yes, the greatest has arrived. The king has arrived, and let's hail the king, Carlos.